Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about blockchain. Blockchain is a very popular technology these days which is used for storage in many applications. The highlighting feature of blockchain is that the data is immutable. Immutable means that once a record has been added into the blockchain database, then it cannot be changed. You can update the information by adding a new record, but the old data cannot be erased. A very good application of a blockchain technology would be storing the results of the students in a university. Now, once a student has appeared for a paper and the result for the semester is ready, those marks are going to remain stable until and unless the student applies for improvement or there is some compartment and the student will appear in the exam again. And over the years, after even 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, the record is going to remain the same. So we don't want the record to be modifiable by anybody, and this is ensured by blockchain. So education technology is one of the best and the most promising applications of blockchain databases. Apart from that, medical records of people, like medical history of the people, can be stored by the hospitals in a blockchain based database. Now, what makes blockchain different from a regular database? In a regular database, there are tables and records. And in the tables, the data is stored in the form of attributes and rows, tuples and rows. But in a relational database, basically, I am talking. But in a blockchain technology, there is no such table. There is a chain of blocks. And blocks have a particular structure and they are linked to each other, and that is why we are calling it as a chain. So there is a new type of a data structure which is a block, and that contains certain attributes or fields, and those are linked to each other with the help of a linked list type of a method, and that is why it is called a chain. So let us look into the exact structure of a blockchain and also understand that how the new blocks are added and how it works. So basically, blockchain technology originated with the advent of Bitcoin technology, and in 2008 a paper was published by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, in which this technology was introduced to the common people. And since then the cryptocurrency has been really popular among the people. Now, in case of a Bitcoin technology, what happens is you have a wallet of you have an e-wallet in which the bitcoins are stored, and you earn a bitcoin by either solving a mining problem, which is a very difficult type level of problem which you so you earn bitcoins either by solving the mining problem, or you buy them from the market. Now this bitcoin currency, it does not belong to any country or any bank. It is a independent type of a currency which exists among only a few people. For example, a couple of friends, they decide that among each other, whenever they want to make a transaction, they will give each other some bitcoins. So that is how they are going to exchange the money among themselves, and no other third party is responsible for that particular bitcoin. So, and this group of friends, what they are doing is they have made a database and they have distributed that database to each other. Everyone has one copy of that database, and whenever a new record is to be added in that database, then the proof of work or consensus protocol will execute, and which will decide whether that block or the new record will be added to the database or not. And once it is accepted for adding, it will be updated in the record of all the friends. So that is what makes blockchain very secure and immutable, and distributed feature also makes it very secure, so that everybody will have a copy of the same record. So if in case one of the friends is going to lose the database due to some hard disk crash or any reason, it can be easily recovered from the other friends. So this currently we are talking about friends, but otherwise it is a group of people who might be linked to each other with some business or like that. Now, in a blockchain, it is a digital record of transactions that happen over a period of time, and we store them in the form of a chain. Now, the key features of a blockchain are they are immutable, they are distributed, and they are transparent. That is, whatever changes are going to happen in the database, it will be visible to all the participants who own that particular blockchain. Now, what is a block? A block is a structure in which we have multiple fields like the block number, nonce, data, previous hash, and the hash for the next block. Now, what does the block number is a unique number which will identify a particular block. Then the nonce is a special number which is generated using the mining algorithms, and this is used for performing the hash or generating the hash for the next block. Then data, that is, suppose I want to store the marks of the student or whatever data I want to store. It can be multiple fields, complex data, so that data will be there. And then whatever is your previous hash, that is stored. Previous hash means hash of the previous block is stored, and then we will store a hash which will be used in the next block, and whatever data you are placing here, that is also encrypted. Now the block, if you are wondering what is a hash here, a hash is a special number which is generated using the SHA-256 algorithm, and it is a combination of the nonce value, previous hash, and the data that you are going to store in your particular block. So basically you are encrypting your data with the help of the previous hash and the nonce, and then you are calculating the hash for the next block. So what does this ensure? This ensures if you are going to change the hash of any of the blocks, if you try to modify any of the blocks, the hash is going to get affected, and if the hash is going to get affected, it will have an impact on the whole chain, because the previous hash of all the blocks needs to be updated. So this is what makes it secure and immutable. Then the blockchain, because multiple blocks are being added to the block in the form of a linked list type of a format, in which one block will have the link to the other one will have for the next one, like this, and therefore it is a blockchain. And the first block that is created in any of the blockchains is known as the genesis block. It has the previous hash value as 0 because there is no previous hash, and then it will calculate its hash using the features like the name and the hash value assigned to that user, nonce, and then the new hash will be calculated, which will be used in the remaining chain. So if you're going to store data about 10 students, then there will be 10 genesis block. Each student will have a separate block for themselves, and whenever any addition is there, like marks of semester 1, then marks of semester 2, marks of semester 3, they will be stored in the continuation of each chain for each student. So it is a very complex thing that we are creating, and multiple tools are there in the market which support this. Then we come to the consensus protocol. Consensus protocol is used for updating a block into the blockchain, and whenever we want to add a new block, then the network, that is the network of people who have the copy of the blockchain, that one will decide that whether the new block will be added or not. And there are multiple protocols or multiple methods for defining this consensus protocol. One of them is proof of stake, which means higher the value or commodity that you possess in the network, more priority will be given to the block that you want to add. So suppose you have more bitcoins, then there is a possibility that your block will be added with a higher priority. Then we have proof of work. Proof of work means how many mining problems you have solved, and basically you can read more about the mining problems because they themselves have a lot of research scope. So whatever more the number of mining problems that you have solved, more are the chances that your block will be added. Then we have proof of elapsed time. It requires the user to run an algorithm, and the speed with which the algorithm runs will decide if the user is the higher stakeholder and hence has the right to add the block or not. So there are multiple algorithms, other algorithms also, like proof of existence, delegated proof of stake, proof of activity, and proof of importance. And you can find a lot of literature about this on the internet. I hope this video is useful to you. Thank you very much.